All right, g'day, hi and welcome. Look at that. Let's see how warm it is right now before we get into this video. It's going to be an interesting video because wow, it's like 23 degrees. Holy crap, it's hot. Remember, I'm Canadian, right? And it's been like the longest winter of my life. Well, maybe not the longest winter. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's been a long winter. And yeah, so when I see go from 6 degrees on average to 15 degrees on average to then almost nearly 30, it's a bit of a shock. So I'm huffing and puffing because I just did ride number 501. So this is my 500 run review. This is what I call a run on this basically sector 9. Oops, got it upside down. My sector 9. Hopefully you get it all in there. Backdoor, which I bought I think around 2014 ish, probably somewhere around that. 264 bucks. Never brought me so much joy in my life. I swear to God, I love this thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to get any other skateboards, but if I don't and I have to live with this one for the rest of my life, I'll be happy with it. It's a carving board. I've got the Sidewinder trucks on it. Now, they make new versions of it every year. They call it, or every couple of years. They call it, I forget what they're calling it now, but it's the same tombstone or mummy profile, same trucks. These are the 69 millimeter wheels, ABEC 5 bearings. You got bamboo. You can't see the logo anymore, it's all rubbed off, whatever. But what I basically do is I mean, I'm not a 14-year-old kid anymore, I'm 45 years old, so what I do is I do a run from here to the corner store, or basically store down the road, and it basically is roughly 0.7 of a kilometer. So there and back is 1.4 kilometers. So basically this thing has, plus there's, you know, other times when I'm just out on it for fun, well over 500 kilometers on the wheels, the bearings. Now I don't do any power slides. I do have to oil everything up, but everything really held up well on this sucker. This thing has a bit of a concave in it, so your toes do grab the edge a bit, not too much, but even like I had an 11-year-old kid try it. He tried it. He's like, "Oh my God, this thing really turns." I said, "Don't overthink your turn because you think it, you'll be on turn." You know what I mean? So very maneuverable. I would like to get a shorter version of this, something like this, as a complete dedicated carving board. But this is a nice. If you were in the city, this is definitely a nice ride. It has a nice glide. I mean, you don't have to do a lot of pushing. Because of the Sidewinder trucks which are like one truck stacked on top of another, it is a bit high to say a dedicated cruising board. So you got to dig down a little bit. If you're a little shorter in the legs, you might find it a little bit high between there and there. I can't remember what the height was. It was like 4.5, 5 inches. So if you wanted a more dedicated cruising board, I would get something with flatter trucks, so you can just go like that with your toe. But that said, this thing will go. Problem with this Sidewinder trucks that you have, it's not a downhill board. As soon as you hit about maybe 20-25 miles an hour, like, you're going to get the wobble. I've only wobbled on this thing once, and I had to ditch. I didn't wipe out, but I was running pretty fast. I was doing a Ben Johnson there. It was kind of sprint, and amazing I didn't wipe out. Would have been bad if I did. So I know the speed limit of this thing. That said, it handles great. It holds up great. It is creaky. Everybody hears me coming around the road. They hear. Better do this foot first. They hear this. You know, so as you're turning, to some people it's like, okay, well, it's noisy. Yeah, but the wind is how noisy too? You know what I mean? Like, so that's a non-issue for me. But handling wise, very smooth. They're like a medium compound wheel. Hang on, so it's a 78A, so it's a softer wheel. It's so you go over. Yes, stones will stop you, but the little pebbles and rocks and the divots in the road and stuff like that, it handles it. You don't feel a ton of vibration for it. It's a very comfortable ride. I love it. And I was looking forward to doing 500 runs on this, just to see how it hold up. I'll do my next review on it at 1,000. Who knows? I know it's taken me a long time to get that many runs, but again, I don't get to use it every day, and you know, I'm using it more now because obviously it's summer. But during the winter, I can't use it. I mean, you know, it's like you just can't use it in the winter around here in Canada. There's too much snow. Too much ice on the roads anyway. So but yeah, so I love it. You know, you got it's still a beautiful machine. I never take it out in the rain. I keep the bearings up pretty good. They are ready for a new oiling. I got the actual skateboard, that orange juice stuff there. I recommend that stuff. It's really good. But I got to do that to clean up the bearings pretty good. About every 50 runs, I rotate my my wheels, clean everything up, grease up the bearings. Unless it's really sandy, like this time of the year where it's in the spring, that's usually when you get the most sand and stuff. Midsummer, it's a lot, you know, maybe about every 100 runs I have to oil it up. But then, yeah, after a while you start to notice that the board gets a little bit slower, sluggish. Oil it up, right? But maintain your bearings, you're good. Maintain all your the rubber, forgetting the terminologies here, but all your rubber, oh, whatever. These are still stock. I didn't go. If it depends what you would want to do. If you wanted an even more responsive board, I don't know why you'd want even more responsive, but if you did, you could go with a softer compound. What the heck are those things called? Anyway, yeah, I know all the skateboard kids are gonna be like, "You're stupid," but anyway, yeah. But these are about a medium. Whatever Sector 9 uses, so they're pretty durable. The softer ones might not last quite as long, and the harder ones might make the ride kind of stiff. I keep my trucks basically loose enough that loose enough so that I get good response. But if I'm cruising, usually I'm cruising with one foot like this. I want to be able to just ease turn into it, so I keep it a little bit more on the loose side than on the extreme tight side, right? But I'm not trying to a lipped wheel like that's not the best for power slides. If it grabs on you, you're going over. If you put butter balls or something on there to do power slides, it's you'd be better with a different set of trucks. Like, these are really dedicated carving trucks. So if you're going to get sidewinders and you want to do sliding and stuff like that, they're not ideal. Not ideal. You better off to go with a more rigid truck and harder compound, like 80, 81 or whatever, or 86 or 101s or whatever, that you could really, butter balls that you could really slide. So sliding, this is not the board for it. I gotta get a different board for that. But this is a good cruising board, great carving board, very comfortable. Gotta monitor your speed on it because it will get away from you, meaning you're going to end up in a wobble especially if you leave the trucks a little bit on the loose side. But I just tighten up the nut just enough to get tension on it, maybe about a half turn, so that I'm not crushing the. I don't want. I mean, I bought this thing to carve. I didn't buy it to do downhill or whatever. I definitely would. I tried a little bit of a downhill with it, and I was like, nope, not doing that again. Not the board for it. So I want to build a dedicated downhill. I got like an 800 and some odd meter, roughly about half-mile hill that I could zoom down there. The grade level is from the bottom of the hill going up. You're probably going up about 300-400 feet. So you're on a 6 or 7 degree gradient, and then you'd come down that thing at 100 miles an hour. So I definitely need a different setup for that. But anyway, I just thought I'd share with that. I'm very happy with what Sector 9 built. Everything's holding up. The bearings are holding up very well. Again, I maintain everything. It never sees the rain, but there's a lot of dust and sand and grit, and it's still the bearings are holding up good. No complaints whatsoever. So yeah. I know a lot of people, they always want to know what, the latest and greatest that comes out and stuff like that. Why would I, review a board that's, 5 years old? The idea is that, you don't always have to have the latest and greatest. You can still be happy with something. So, yeah, I've got a lot of affection for this thing. It's my pavement surfer. It's great. All right, anyway, I'll leave it at that. So there you go. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button. We'll have a nice quick little flyby here of this beautiful board, even though it's a little bit dirty and rusted up. I got to clean it up a bit. But yeah, I did run 500 going a bit fast here. Maybe I better slow it down. And yeah, you can't see the logo anymore, but the grip is held up. It's about a medium grip. Yeah, it doesn't chew up the shoes too bad, but you know, again, it's you're not doing tricks on it, so you don't really need too extravagant of a grip. But anyway, there we go. So my Sector 9 Backdoor. There we go. Go up once again. Yeah, I gotta get, there's some rust on there. Oh my god, the black flies are bad out here. I gotta go in. All right, there we go. Have a great day, eh?